Hi guys, how are you doing today? My name is Harshdeep Swami and today we are going to interview Plantiful Kiki. Guys, Kiki has an amazing story to tell us and her story is very inspiring. She has lost 66 pounds of weight by following a healthy whole food plant based lifestyle. So, without wasting our time, we are going to interview Plantiful Kiki, and I am going to quickly add her to this call. So, within few seconds, we are going to have Plantiful Kiki.
Hi,
Hello, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am feeling awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right. So, Kiki, you have got a lot of success with whole food plant based lifestyle,
I have.
right?
Yeah.
So, could you please tell us your story and could you please tell us something about you that how did you choose a plant based lifestyle?
Yeah, so the last couple years I just kept gaining weight. I was eating low carb, high fat, and I just couldn't get any weight off and I started getting sicker and sicker. I had a lot of health issues. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol and triglycerides. I was pre-diabetic and that was really scary because I didn't want to be diabetic like my dad and all of his family members. But I also started having a lot of female health problems and I basically was like bleeding for a year and a half and having a lot of pain in my abdomen. And I saw a lot of doctors, and they found that I had precancerous polyps in my uterus as well as other precancerous cells. So they were really worried about me developing cancer. And I'm too young to be, developing cancer. I'm 35, but it was really scary. So I called a friend that I knew had worked with a doctor and had gotten better, and she lost 70 pounds. And she had worked with Dr. McDougall in person. And she told me this doctor was amazing and he has a book, go read his book. But she didn't tell me anything else. So I went and got his book and I started reading it. And I was like, oh my gosh, vegan, like no animal products. So I was really surprised by that, but it changed my life. So I read the book and I gave the book to my husband and he read it and we both watched some of the documentaries on Netflix. We watched Forks Over Knives and What the Health. And we found some other doctors like Dr. Neil Barnard and we started listening to his stuff. And we were just blown away by this information. So as soon as we started learning, we started cutting everything out of our diet. We didn't want to keep putting those things in our body and we didn't want to keep feeding our kids that way. So we just kind of jumped in and we didn't go straight to whole foods. We had like a little transition period in there where we were eating things like they were vegan, but sugary cereal and lots of breads and pastas and things like that. But even doing that, we started getting better. I started getting better and I was losing weight every week. And then as the weeks went on, I just started eating more and more whole foods. And that's when my health really started changing quickly and everything started improving. Yeah.
All right. Your story is truly inspiring, and I
Thank
am
you.
going to share your before and after pictures
Yeah.
uh, in this video. And your husband has got the same success as you,
Yeah. He's
right?
lost.
So,
Yeah.
could you please tell something about it? That how what benefits did he get, and how much weight did he lose?
Yeah, so he luckily didn't have any health problems. He was just a little overweight. And he, just by eating the food that I was making him, he has lost about 45 pounds. And he doesn't exercise much because he has an office job. So he just walks maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day because that's all he can do right now. And yeah, I mean, it's really simple with eating this way, how your body will let go of weight. So yeah, so he's down 45 pounds. He feels like he has so much more energy. It's pretty incredible.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am going to share your before and after picture and your husband's before
Okay.
and after picture in this interview,
Hmm.
and this is really inspiring. And you said, like you told me earlier, that you did only walking and whole food plant based lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
These two
Yeah.
simple things.
Yeah. No crazy exercise routines or gym membership, like just walking.
All right. So, what is exactly whole food plant based lifestyle?
So you eat nothing that comes from an animal and you want to eat things the way they are grown in nature. So I like to, instead of eating applesauce, like to eat the whole apple just because applesauce you can eat a pound of apples in a little bit of applesauce and you couldn't eat a whole pound of apples. So I like to focus on eating foods the way that they're grown in nature, as minimally processed as possible, and all from a plant origin.
All right. This is the best answer I have got. I have listened to so far.
Oh, that's good.
Yes. Thank you for telling us in a very uh, short and sweet way. And could you please tell us something about your diet?
Yeah,
What is it
so
that?
my diet is really simple. For me, the simple it is, the easier it is. And my kids eat this way too, and so does my husband. So, my breakfast, well, with every meal, I always have a bowl of steamed vegetables or salad with each meal. Otherwise, I just won't eat vegetables. So I also found that doing that, I lost another 16 pounds really quickly when I started eating a bowl of vegetables with each meal. So breakfast is always a bowl of steamed veggies, and I always eat steel cut oats with banana and some other fruit if I want on top, but a lot of times I am lazy and I just have a banana on my oatmeal, and I really love oatmeal and I have it every day. And some people can't believe that it's every day, but I love it. It's every day. I have veggies and oatmeal and it keeps me full for hours. Lunch is usually leftovers from the night before, but if there's no leftovers, then it's really simple. It's like baked potatoes and ketchup and steamed veggies, or I'll do a burrito bowl with brown rice, beans, tomatoes, lettuce, really simple like that. And then dinner, the same thing, very simple, beans, potatoes, rice, that sort of thing. I love making your food. We make curry potatoes and we'll eat that for 4 days for dinner. So, yeah, it's very simple.
Yes, right. So the best thing about whole food plant-based lifestyle is that it is very very simple, right?
Yes, yeah.
So
Hmm.
did you face any challenges also, like?
Yeah, it was that, I mean, the hardest part of transitioning to this way of eating was figuring out what to eat because you're so used to eating, at least for us, we were so used to eating animal foods and eating junk food, like going to restaurants and just getting something fast, that we didn't know what to eat. And now I realize there's so much you can eat. But that was the hardest part, was what do I eat? And I started doing a lot of recipe cooking and trying to make all these vegan versions of animal things, and it was just a lot of work. So I think once I figured out that you can eat simple, that's
Right.
where success happened.
Right. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
And do you think that food is not delicious in in whole food plant-based lifestyle?
Yes, it is so delicious. And the interesting thing is when you first are trying to get off of all the fatty, flavored foods that are processed and have all these things added into it, food can taste bland at first, but your mouth adjusts very quickly. And now I feel like now we can actually taste food. We can taste fruit and vegetables
Right.
and grains and really enjoy them. And it's fun to see my kids get excited about really ripe fruit because they used to be addicted to sugar and junk food. And now these kids are just happy to have a big bowl of fruit for dessert. So,
Right.
yeah, it's
So
delicious.
do you have any worries like you are not getting enough protein or enough calcium when you are not eating any animal product?
Not at all. I spent a lot of time educating myself because I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be healthy. Nothing else that I had tried was helping me get better. So when I started looking at these doctors' information, I just educated myself and I've had all my nutrient levels checked over the last couple months, well, over the last year, and everything is perfect. So I'm not
All right.
worried.
Yes, very nice. Could you please tell me about the support,
Mhm.
the support of family members? So, for
Yeah.
example, in your family, your husband is also following a whole food plant-based lifestyle. So, did you convince him, like how much hard it was, to get the support of your husband, or are you still facing any challenges? Sometimes getting support in your
Yeah.
family.
So I have been very fortunate. My husband has seen my health struggles and seen how hard I've worked to try to get healthy and nothing was working. So when I showed him this and told him it was vegan, he was not excited about it, but he agreed to read it, read the book, and watch the documentaries and listen to the doctors to support me. And I wasn't asking him to change the way he was eating, I was just asking him to look at the information. And he did, and it's very convincing. I mean, you can't argue with science. So after watching everything, he was on board 100%. So I've been very fortunate to have his support. And once my mom and dad started seeing my health improvements and seeing how quickly I started losing weight, they watched the videos and read the book, and now they are healthy and doing great themselves.
Right. So there are people who do not get support in the family
Mm-hmm.
members. So
Yeah.
do you have any do you want to tell them anything that what they can do?
Yeah, so I just want to encourage people to keep going. So just be a good example. All you can do is control yourself and keep living a happy life and being positive and letting people see your own transformation. And I have found that I have been telling everybody, like, my health is changing, everything's awesome, and nobody cares until I posted my before and after pictures. And now everybody's like, what book was that you read? So just, continue to do your thing, be a good example, and love people, and people will come around.
Right. Guys, I am going to share the before and after picture, and you will be very inspired when you look at the pictures. All right. And how do you get the daily motivation? How do you motivate yourself every single day? Do you think that motivation is necessary in this lifestyle, or do you need to be inspired every day?
Yeah, I think you need both. I think you need to find something that inspires you. So what inspired me was the possibility of being healthy, of actually being healthy again. And that's honestly what motivates me. And I like to, when I wake up in the morning, take a minute and be thankful that I have a body that can and will heal itself. And all I got to do is give it whole plant foods. And so I think it is important to find people like yourself that people can look up to and stay inspired by, and that will help them find motivation within themselves as they continue on their journey.
All right, thank you so much.
Mhm.
And there are many people, whenever they have a stressful situation in their life,
Mhm.
uh, they do not follow the lifestyle. They start eating junk food,
Yeah.
So, what message do you want to give to those people if they are having any, problems in life and they stop eating healthy and then they go back to the unhealthy way of eating?
Yeah, so I want to encourage people to try to stay aware of why they're doing this lifestyle. And I find that if people can focus on doing it for health, not just doing it for skinny, then they don't want to eat the bad food as much. And also make things easy for yourself. Like if you can have frozen rice available and have food already prepared in the freezer for those days. Because I have those days too where I don't have anything made, but I always have stuff in the freezer. I always have curry dal actually in my freezer and rice, and I can always
Right.
defrost that and everybody's happy. But it's just about really focusing on wanting to be healthy for yourself, not just be skinny, because just being skinny doesn't get it done all the
Right.
time, but focusing on wanting to be healthy and live a long life free of cancer and all the scary stuff that can kill you. I think that is what could help people focus on eating better, even when it gets stressful. But you got to be prepared. So always have something in the freezer.
Right. So that is a very good strategy. Meal prep is very, very important in
Mm-hmm.
whole food plant-based lifestyle. Do you have some other strategies as well to share with people who are following whole food plant-based lifestyle but still having some problems
Yeah, you mean like as far as like staying motivated or?
in the food wise, like
Oh, food wise, yeah.
meal prep?
Yeah, so meal prep is huge. So I like to, on Sunday, make all of my oats for the week. I just cook them all up and then I cook all the rice and I cook potatoes. So I always have food made and ready to go. And then I always have frozen vegetables in the freezer because it's really easy to heat up a potato and have some vegetables. So I always have that stuff made, and that's the way to stay successful doing this because you're always going to have times where you're too busy to deal with cooking.
And now you have lost weight and now you are a very healthy person, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what, like, you used to feel, right, in a
Mm-hmm.
different way when you were not very healthy and you were overweight, and
Yeah.
now it has changed. Could you please tell us something about it, that how do you feel now?
Yeah. So when I was struggling with my health, I had no energy. I was obviously having health issues and I was really frustrated because I just couldn't get better and everything kept getting worse. And I felt like no matter what I did, I couldn't regain my health. It just was going away from me. I just, the health was slipping away from me. It was obviously hard on my self esteem being overweight, and that was difficult. And then I just decided to start appreciating myself and working towards health. And now, after being in this lifestyle for the last year, I have so much energy. I used to have to take naps before, and I don't take naps. I sleep like a rock. I hit the bed and I don't wake up for 8 hours. I sleep so good and I have so much energy and I feel happy. It's amazing how food affects your mood as well. I feel energetic and motivated. And I love now exercising, whereas before I didn't want to exercise because it took so much energy. And now walking isn't enough during the day. I feel like I have to move and do more. So now I go biking and I go hiking and I'm chasing my kids all day. So it's wonderful how much this lifestyle can change your life.
Yes, I completely agree with you. and I feel the same way, since I have lost, I did not lose 66 pounds, I lost 48 pounds in 7 months of time.
That's
And
amazing.
right. So, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Your story is very inspiring and it is going to help a lot of people. One last question. There are, women who are,
Mhm.
who are overweight and who are having health issues. You know, what message do you want to give to those women?
So I think women can be so hard on themselves and how they look. And it's really hard to change your life when your self talk is negative. So I wasn't able to take care of myself until I learned to love myself. Because when you love something, you take care of it. When you don't love something, you just don't take care of it. And once I realized that I am in a relationship with myself, whether I like it or not, how I talk, feel, and think about myself is very important. So I would encourage women to, and anybody really, to start finding things they appreciate about themselves and letting that appreciation grow into respect. And once you respect yourself, that respect naturally grows into self love. And when you love yourself, you take care of yourself. So now, when I make food choices or lifestyle choices, I make them from a place of love for myself instead of from a place of dislike. So I eat healthy food because I love myself. I don't eat healthy food because I hate myself and I don't like the way I look. So there's a difference. So that's my advice, is to find a way to start appreciating yourself so that appreciation can grow into love, and love will change your world.
All right, this is a very beautiful message. And if people need to contact you, how they can contact you?
I'm on Facebook as Plentiful Kiki. You just want to find the Plentiful Kiki page. I'm also on Instagram at Plentiful Kiki, and I have a very small YouTube channel at Plentiful Kiki where I just share what I eat in a day, because people, that's the biggest question is, well, what do you eat every day? So I just show you this is what I eat every day. So
All
thank
right,
you.
your story is very inspiring and it is going to inspire a lot of people. Thank you so much for giving us your time and
Thank
it means
you.
a lot.
It
And
means a
keep
lot
on
to me.
all right, and do you want to say something about Plant Based Swami, our group?
Yes, I love plant-based Swami. This is another way, like, if you don't have a supportive family, this group is awesome. This is a great way. I didn't know these groups existed. This would have been helpful like a year ago when I started, but I just, I love plant-based Swami. I love your recipes. I think it's fantastic the way people can come together and share what they're eating and encourage each other, and you being very inspirational and motivational for everybody. I think it's wonderful. So I love what you're doing. Keep doing it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for inspiring all of us. And your story is going to
Oh,
inspire a lot of people.
thank you.
Thank you. And have a very beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.